Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Well, for starters, we have a weak global handover. So that's why the S-Shakes is indicating that we could pull back. Will that be providing a good entry opportunity for the bulls? Well, time will tell. That buy on dip thesis is going to be put to test. But let's get chatting about the markets. Sanjiv Bhasin joins us, director at IIFL Securities. Hi, Sanjiv. Good morning. First up on the index itself. We had a bit of a correction from around that 18,700 odd. We went down to around 17,800, 17,750. Any view on the index from here on? Where do we go?
Yeah, good morning, Nigel, to you, Sonia and Prashant. And wish you all a very happy new year and a happy Lodi. Well, India has definitely underperformed all the global indices, and that was my view, that global indices will lead the charge. Now, the US is tom-tomming about the Fed and the rate hike. As usual, the Fed members speak out of turn, so the volatility is higher. But I think India is well poised. Now, the only rumor and which we will know the fact is something also change on LTCG. Otherwise, I think the results are just fine. So I think at 18,500 maybe before the budget, and then we'll take it as the event unfolds.
Okay, Sanjiv, hi, good morning. We've had actually some decent set of numbers come in from the most troubled pocket, right, which is IT. The numbers were not too bad. In fact, something like a persistent delivered both on top line, on margins. You think this is the time to be jumping into the IT names?
Yeah, good morning. So, Sonia, you had to do that in the last 2 months. When all the top hop notches like JP Morgan came and downgraded, that was the time we put money to work. We work against their consensus calls, and that's why we make money. I think IT is in fair weather. HCL Tech, by the way, the IT index is up 12.5%, whereas the Nifty has corrected 4%. So it tells you the outperformance. Secondly, remember that these are cash-generating stocks. They are not companies which have any debt or any baggage overhang. And we think that they are the ones which are the precursors to what the global economy is. In fact, Sonia, I can tell you, after April, you'll see the biggest rally you've seen in equity globally. And IT will definitely outperform both on the rupee front and on the margin front. So I think both HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra and Persistent are three of our calls as a disclosure. But we think that basket is looking excellent. So do an ETF if you are with the market and if you missed out. But please add some of the IT names because this is the best chance you will get.
Indian IT services and, maybe a NASDAQ ETF as well. And there are so many of them here. But that's the interesting call, Sanjeev. Post-April, because, the 18,500, as you said, maybe before the budget, that is what, just less than 2%, right? But the bigger call is post-April. So talk a little bit more about that. I mean, because, one can start to at least prepare for that, right?
Yeah, so Prashant, look, equity in India has been an expensive outperformer, purely on the back that our retail flows are the backbone. But globally, there is a miss-out picture. Bond yields and the debt side has been a bit of a misnomer. But we think all that is evening out. We are of the view that the Russian-Ukraine crisis abates fully. And we think growth will be back after such a, the Fed having lost credibility and come out with such high measures of rate hikes. We think April onwards, there's going to be a huge consumption rally. Don't miss the woods for the trees. Look at the way China is shaping up. And I think that 21,000, maybe by June, July is definitely on the cards on the index.
Okay, 21,000 by June, July. Wow, that's not too far away, and that's an optimistic view coming in. All right, you know what? Sanjeev, we want to just play out a few bites that we got from Davos, and